Russia is buying massive amounts of gold, and it's not a coincidence. With the BRIC nations pushing back against the dollar, this move is calculated to shake up the U.S.-led global financial order. Russia is set to increase its daily purchase of gold substantially, which is hardly small potatoes. Meanwhile, back in the U.S., markets are flashing warning signs. Now that the yield curve is uninverted and treasury yields are plunging, that suggests trouble lies ahead. So with the BRIC nations hedging with gold, is it time for individuals to follow suit? We're going to talk about that and a lot more. Stay tuned. All right, hope all is well. I wanted to take a quick minute and share with you just some recent updates and news out of the Eastern Hemisphere in relation to gold and how Russia appears to be making some big moves. So in this video here, I want to talk about, why are Russia and China increasing their gold reserves? Two, how could gold undermine the US dollar's dominance? And last, what impact will this have on the global trade as well as your personal wealth as well? And so clearly, it does seem that the gold economic chess game is heating up, especially with Russia's latest move to buy massive amounts of gold. See, this is no random financial decision. It's actually a calculated play, and one could presume that it's meant to undermine the Western-centric financial order. And as always, it begs the question of timing. Just as Russia and other BRIC nations resist against the supremacy of the US dollar, they release further details of an agreement to increase gold holdings in a move that is seen as countering the US-led global financial order. And the recent announcements is just nothing solely in the year 2024. Here you see on the screen here, back in 2022, they also recorded a record amount of purchases of gold bars. So clearly they've been strategically working to increase their holdings. And if you look on the chart right here, you can see that incrementally throughout the last 2 years, they have been ramping up their purchase of gold. And this is clearly no coincidence. And if I zoom out over the last 10 years, as you can see, since 2015 with the whole Crimea situation, they have really began accumulating heavy tonnage over those quarters. So first, let's check out what Russia's actually doing. And according to this article here, they are supposed to ramp up their purchase of gold from about 1.12 billion rubles per day to an eye-popping 8.2 billion rubles daily, effective immediately. And what's not surprising is the fact that they're using oil to get that gold. And we all know that Russia has a large amount of oil and natural resources, so this should be surprising. So that's nearly 993 million in gold bought every day. So over the month, those total over 27 billion worth of gold. This is no small beans here. This is a very bold move, especially considering that gold is said to be considered a safe haven asset during times of economic and political uncertainty. But the question is, why would Russia make such a public announcement at this current time? See, normally when a country wants to buy gold, they keep it quiet, not to drive up the price. But announcing it openly will seem to be just the opposite, wouldn't it? Well, that depends on what game you're actually playing. So if you're looking to intentionally undermine the dollar, boosting the price of gold, which is a competitor to fiat currencies, might be what they're trying to do. See, Russia's announcement is reminiscent of a historic move by Gordon Brown, who infamously pre-announced Britain's gold sale in 1999, which drove prices down. But Russia seems to be playing the opposite game. They want the gold price to go up and consequently make the dollar look weaker. Therefore, as the value of the gold goes up, the valuation of the dollar is guaranteed. And as you can see on this chart right here, this is the last year of the dollar valued in gold. And it's as of right now down 23.17% to date. And it's not just Russia. Another BRICS heavyweight, China, has been quietly buying gold for years now. Less information is being released by them about recent purchases, but it may safely be assumed they are continuously building their reserves. So if both Russia and China are hoarding gold, you have to ask yourself why. It's not hard to figure out. See, these countries view gold as an antidote to the Western financial system, a system dominated by the dollar, the euro, and the yen. That's not by accident either. It's just the other reason BRICS countries are examining a variety of ways in which to diminish dependence on the dollar for trade. So indeed, there has been speculation that one of the topics for the discussion of the upcoming BRICS summit in October is a gold-backed trading mechanism. And there's rumors floating around about something called the unit, but as of right now, that's nothing official, so I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. But clearly, they're working towards something. And it's to no surprise that in the meantime, back in the U.S., the economic signals are flashing warning signs even louder. Just yesterday, the bond market yield curve returned to normal from inverted state. And of course, that has a lot of people concerned about recession fears, because once the yield curve uninverts, all hell usually breaks loose. So clearly that's something they're keeping an eye on, because markets are already starting to behave as if something bad has already happened. And if that concerns you, a great example of what I'm talking about is the fact that recent days, the U.S. Treasury yields is starting to plunge. So it's no longer just bond traders move, it's actual fear. Typically at times of trouble, investors start pouring money into the government bonds, sending yields lower. It appears to be different this time. Then you got a big data point, which is the U.S. non-farm payroll report. See, all eyes will be on this number in the days ahead, as it is the single most important measure of health of the U.S. labor market, and it will undoubtedly shape what the Federal Reserve does in their upcoming meetings. So in case the job data disappoint, expect even more volatility to hit the bond market, possibly giving a quicker move from the Fed to cut rates. That's right, a rate cut before the next scheduled meeting isn't entirely out of the question if markets start to panic. And to add on top of that, stock markets aren't looking too good either. So there's a strong possibility of emergency rate cut by the Fed, which could come as the result of some more market tremors. So what does it all mean for the average guy? As central banks play the game of global chess, the little guy tends to get squeezed out. Then you have currency debasement, over government, rising taxes, and wealth confiscation tend to follow. Look no further than the ongoing talks of wealth taxes in the U.S., especially during this political season, with the Democratic side looking to increase taxes even more. So in the days ahead, gold will become more important than ever. And because right now gold is at an all-time high, valued in fiat currency, currencies, pretty soon we can expect silver to follow. And that's why, in my humble opinion, silver is the most undervalued asset that a person can actually have at this current moment. And so outside of all the information I'm sharing with you here, what I'm actually doing myself is actually accumulating more silver and putting my money where my mouth is. I continue to educate and teach people how to do the same thing. And so if you're interested in joining the silver team, I encourage you to click the link in the description or go to mysilverteam.com and find out how to get in the silver business for yourself as well, because you can earn fiat by helping other people and then take that fiat and put it back into silver. And what do I mean by that? Simply dollar cost averaging day by day, get your pieces up one by one, actually work on becoming your own bank. And so as you can see here, these are just 20 beauties right here. This is part of the silver team plan that's available for those who are interested in joining. So if you want to find out more, if you want to join the team and work with me directly, visit mysilverteam.com, find out more about the program, sign up, become a wealth ambassador. I'll reach out to you directly, help you get set up on an automated plan with as little as 1 ounce a month for those who might be cash strapped. But then again, you'll be on your way to diversifying out of this fiat Ponzi scheme we're in. So once again, just share my 2 cents on the matter. If you found value here, hit that thumbs up. Curious to find out what you think. Leave a comment down below so I know you're getting values from discussions here. And if you want to bless the channel, go ahead and share so more people can find out what's really going on. And other than that, I'll catch you later.